This young man was a mega superstar. He had millions of fans across the world. He won several awards, but in a tickle of an eye, he lost that one thing that made him. His voice disappeared. Some people called this spiritual attack. Some said it was a medical condition. But one thing led to the other, then another, and slowly he was losing his entire career. This is the sad story of TEKNO, one of the biggest artists and talented artists in Africa. The artist who gave Davido his biggest hit, but when the world needed him the most, he disappeared. This is fame and fallout. To understand the story of TEKNO, let's go back to the very beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's TEKNO!
He was born August Imais Kelechi in December 1992 in Bauchi State, Nigeria. His father was a soldier, always moving from one city to the other. So TEKNO's childhood was like a rolling stone. Bauchi today, Kaduna tomorrow, Abuja next tomorrow. But that helped him develop a diverse cultural influence that would later shape his musical style. TEKNO was 8 years old when he joined the music school. While most children at his age were playing football outside, TEKNO was inside, pressing the piano keys, learning new sound and training his ears. And that keyboard became his best friend. But life wasn't easy for him because he was a child that chose a different path. So other kids would bully him. Some nights he would cry himself to sleep. But still, every morning he went back to his piano because that music was his only escape. As he grew older, TEKNO made a bold decision to move to Lagos, the city where dreams are born and the city where many dreams die. When TEKNO got to Lagos, he didn't know anybody. He had no rich uncle. He had no connection. He had no money. He moved from studio to studio, begging producers just to record. Sometimes he would clean the studio floor just to buy a few minutes behind the microphone. He slept on cold floor. He ate Indomie noodles for days. And even when some producers laughed at him and say, "Music is not for you," he didn't give up. One day, everything changed when he met a comedian, Julius Agu. Julius Agu saw that he was talented, so he introduced him to a music executive named Ubi Franklin. Ubi was the boss of Made Men Music Group, the label that had Inyanya, who was very hot at that time. Ubi looked at TEKNO and he saw something special, so he signed him to his record label. TEKNO dropped his first hit single titled Holiday, featuring Davido. And that marked the beginning of a successful music career. People thought it would end there, but they don't know that this guy had been working hard all his life. They didn't see the sleepless night, the hunger, the tears, but TEKNO kept pushing. In 2015, everything changed when he dropped a song titled Duro. That song became a wildfire. People started playing it in weddings, in taxis, in villages, everywhere. Duro gave him his first real taste of fame. In 2016, he dropped another banger titled Pana. That wasn't just a song, it was an explosion. You couldn't escape it. In London, in New York, in Dubai, everywhere, even in China, people were dancing to Baby Pana. Everywhere you turn, TEKNO voice was there. He wasn't just famous, he became unstoppable. He won several awards and he gave Davido his biggest hit, If I tell you, say I love you, oh. Because when TEKNO wrote this song, he knew that the message of that song was not fit for his brand. But Davido's brand was perfect for the song because Davido was a rich kid, aka Omo Baba Olowo. And that song became more than just music, but the birth of Davido's brand, 30BG Gang. He flew private jets, wore diamond chains, lodged in 5-star hotel, and finally, this is it. TEKNO finally made it. But while the world celebrated TEKNO, his body was preparing for war. Everybody wanted TEKNO. One weekend he will be in Lagos, the next week he will be in Accra, Ghana, the next week he will be in Nairobi, the next week he will be in United States, all over the world. He was performing non-stop. He barely slept. He sang for hours. He shouted on stage performing. He danced without rest. People were screaming his name. He was smiling, but inside, his body was breaking. His throat started feeling something strange, scratchy, tight. One day, his manager told him, "Bro, you need to rest. Let's take a break." But TEKNO would shake his head and said, "No, I can't stop now. I've worked too hard for this. My fans are waiting for me." He thought it was stronger than pain, But nobody is stronger than their own body. In Nigeria, we will say body no be firewood. Then one day, something strange happened to TEKNO.